All right, this thing's been painted, and today I am going to put that rear shock back on now. I'm gonna have to slide it into the back here, and I put the shock right over here. So what I need to do is slide that down and slide this into there. Let's tap it in with this plastic thing. Line it up a little bit. Then I will try to drop down the jack and put it right in place. There we go. Okay, now we're just trying to get this bolt in there. And I do need to drop it a little bit. Try to push it in there while it drops. There we go. Drop a little more. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that was getting all this back together. All right, so I have one more thing to put in here, which is this little cylinder. It's going to go up in here, and that's going to give this whole thing more support. But I need to get a bolt for it. I'm going to put this bolt in. They're solid now on the frame. And yes, I didn't put any washers on. Well, me and the boys, we just left the downtown area. Came home to put on our Electrons. There we go. A brand new Electron. I'm gonna put this on the Zabel 700 here, you know. Electron. Just kidding. I gotta put that shit on this thing. I gotta stick with the good old Bing. Yeah, this is these things are the hipster carbs. Starter pack for people who buy new bikes. Just go out and buy this carb for no reason. Yeah. They sell you on that this is supposed to come, don't jet them, don't do anything, just put them on, they go. It's not actually true though. You still have to take it apart from the top here, lose these screws, and still mess with the worst part of it, which is the slider to tune the damn thing. You know? Now a lot of people come with, you know, buy bikes that, you know, it's already tuned for, you know. So anyhow, I bought this and gave it my specs. I sent me this bike, and the bike, you know, it runs. It has no power, sucks, completely terrible. And I'm not going to spend my time unbolting this stupid thing, turning a stupid thing around and around. You know, I mean, I already have a carb that works for the bike. It was on my 660, and my carb already works. So why the hell would I switch to this? There's no reason to, you know? So you take this apart, know how many turns you turn and everything like that, and remember turns, and know what type of rod you have and everything. Versus just having jets which have specific numbers on them. You know, I can just say, okay, I need a 60, I need a 60, I need this rod with this many turns. It's so stupid, you know. Yeah, I understand that there are some performance, you know, bikes that have used this, and that's fine. But for, you know, like in the 70s, this TZ 750 used it, but. You know, I have no reason to use it, you know, and it runs lean. You know, it's like people say, "Oh, use less gas because it's running lean." You know, I know someone who, you know, had bought one of these, put it on, and then they went to the sand dunes and blew the bike up because they're wide open throttle the whole time, because it's tuned to exactly where you're going. So you still have to tune it where you're going. So if you're gonna ride dunes and elevation, stuff like that. I mean, if you're wide open throttle versus route riding, you still gotta tune these stupid things. So, you know, stick to jets. All right, this is still kind of a big carburetor to put on this bike. You know, when I got the Electron for the other bike, I was hoping to get it so that it would be smaller. I'd be able to fit within an airbox problem I had, which I later fixed by using a heat gun. But I was trying to get on the airbox, hoping it'd be smaller and compact. But end of the day, it was the same thing, and it didn't run very well. So out of the box, very weak. Very weak. It was probably running too rich. How weak it made a 660 feel. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and tune this thing. You know, this bike is so weak with this carb on it. So that's very impressive. It's very impressive when you can make a 660 weak by a large margin weak. I mean, it was very weak. Couldn't believe how weak that bike was with that carb on it. And usually you don't really have to do much, and those bikes have tons of power, so you've got to be, to make these bikes weak, you really got to be messing something up. Now the smart carbs that have the screws on the outside to adjust things, that I can deal with because you're not taking everything apart, you know, but still taking everything apart, it's just not that great. You know, even though you are turning the screws a certain number of times, you know, it's, you actually don't take it apart. It's a lot easier to tune. So those ones I would agree with. Plus, if you see this carb here, the Bing carb, you know, they just pop off the top. You know, they have these clips, and I can just pop it, take that right out. You know, I don't have to do screws. Okay, so get the carb on. Now, need to see about the air filter. As you can see it now, the shock's going to hit right here now. So, if I put it on here, and I can't even put the things on there. So what I'm going to first do is go up to here. Let's take a look at where it's going to hit. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to draw a line here to here, up to, doesn't have to go that far, so let's see. So I'm going to cut there, and then I'm going to cut right on the side. This thing comes almost to the top right there, okay. Go. Yeah. Gets plastic just fine, huh? People will be like, what the hell is this guy doing? these off too, but yeah, the space has to go back there. Yeah. Yeah, shit's going everywhere. They're like, oh, he's not even wearing any gloves. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I should. So everybody wear gloves and the right attire if you do this. Don't do what I do. All right. Perfect. Whew. Bet that probably cut off more than I needed. But at least I didn't get the whole thing. The sides are still there. But actually it does need to be, the shock's going to come back whenever it goes down. So it does actually need to have more cut backwards. So it's either cut just enough or needs a little more. Now, of course, on this side here, I'm probably going to have to cut more just to pass the air boot by anyways. But I want to keep as much of this as I can. This is the least I can do. With something like this, or turn it. Yeah, even doesn't come straight out. So, the other thing I can do, should I have this inside. Again, I need to clear that shock. So this side of the airbox may have to come out because this thing here may be sticking out a bit on this side. Which also means I may not even have a side panel here if it's going to come out like that. So upside down. Okay, so I just cut off the whole side there. Let's see how it would be. Get this in. Thinking it goes like up here, right to there. Let's see, this is when I had my other bikes, and that actually almost works. Same size? Yeah. About the same size. Turned the wrong way though. But it feels like this. I'm gonna tighten it up. I'm just gonna float it on there and see. This one's in here. This then goes over top of that one. A little bit. Might work. needs to be longer though. Oh, this needs to be different. This needs to be shorter. Can't be too short either. It's already too far forward. Less. Change the direction of this to back. So now I have this put in there. It goes like that. Goes straight back. Still goes up into the seat, which is bad. This thing here still hits the railing here. Oh, there you go. Did this. Still worried about the shock. Well, the shock should go back at the top more. So that may be it. Let's see if this is a problem. Nope, it's not even touching it. Right there. Right there, it touches it. I can move it down. Yeah, it's no problem. No problem. No problem. And these go back here anyways. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So, this is the air filter setup. It looks like I still will be able to put on the side panels even. Not bad. So, that appears to be what I can do then. Yeah, what I'll do next is clean it up, put that on, bolt that back on, put the tank on, and I will also have to, oh yeah, this thing screwed up, doesn't matter. I had to put that through the bottom there. I do the hose from here to here, so I just got to put that into there, and then this whole back is done. So I'll bolt that stuff up, and then we'll work on the rear brakes, the front brakes, decide whether or not I want to put stoppers in on this thing. So, as you can see here, when I move this back, it just hits that. And this is because this frame, or these triple clamps have no stoppers. And the stopper thing on this bike is this thing here. So the idea is simply to drill some holes in this thing at the appropriate places and put these in for stoppers. So, see about that. But pretty much, this plastic's front end, and then the final piece will be the pipe.